So, what's up, guys? I hope you guys are doing good. So, it's only a few weeks now. Well, only about 5 weeks now until the new baby arrives. Obviously, we're all very excited. For the arrival of the new baby. Obviously, it's a huge deal. It's a huge thing for us. Obviously, it's like the first baby in the family for just over 20 years. The last time there was a baby in the family was when I was a baby. Um, it feels weird to think that I'm going to be an uncle. I feel like I still haven't really gotten used to that yet. I still feel like um, I think it will take a bit of time getting used to being an uncle, but I think I will get used to it. Obviously, this is, I feel like this is what we've needed. So obviously this past year has been obviously a really difficult time for us. Obviously last year was obviously an awful year for us. It was such a difficult year. Obviously with the past, obviously with the death of my granddad last year, and we wanted this year to be a more positive year. And this new baby is the one thing we've needed. We've needed something to look forward to, and to be excited about, and the baby has given us a reason to be excited. I do think my mum and my dad and my nan have gone mad with the amount of stuff they've brought for the new baby. I understand why they've done it. I know that obviously it's exciting. Obviously it's the first baby in the family for a while. Obviously, and they want to spoil her rotten, because obviously it's my mum and dad's first grandkid. Obviously it's my nan's first great grandchild. So it's a special moment. Obviously I think it's exciting for us, but it's sad as well, because it's like knowing that she won't get to meet her great granddad. Like, I know how happy my granddad would have been at knowing that he was going to be a great granddad. He would have been over the moon at that. He would have been so happy knowing that he was going to be a great granddad. I often think that this baby was a gift from him. This was a gift from above. He sent her to us because he wanted us to be happy. He wanted us to have something to look forward to, I guess. Obviously she also won't get to meet her other great nan, who very sadly passed away a couple of years ago, in January 2022. It was just sad. We wish that she was here as well to see her. I think the thing that, obviously I know my great nan, obviously I think, it'd be nice for her to get to meet her first great grandchild. Obviously, I think my mum and my nan were saying the other day that they think that she's holding on now. She's just holding on now to meet the new great grandkid, like her new great grandchild. That she wants to kind of do that and before she goes, kind of thing. Obviously, it's been good. Obviously, we've not forgotten about 2023. We've not forgotten about how much of a crap year that was for us as a family. But this year for us as a family has been so much better. So obviously we've got my sister getting married in 2026. That's something to look forward to. Obviously we are excited. Obviously that we look forward to Christmas with the baby as well. The new baby's first Christmas. Obviously I'm sure that my mum and my nan will go out and spoil her rotten, as they've always said that they want, they've talked about wanting to be able to go out and buy toys again. Obviously they've always spoken about how much they miss that. But obviously me and my sister are obviously, we're in our 20s now. So they've not really had anyone to buy toys for, for quite a few years now. But now, with the new baby on the way, and obviously being the baby's first Christmas, they'll be able to go out and buy some toys, which will, which they'll go mad, no doubt. Obviously it's a crazy time. I never expected it. I wasn't expecting my sister to have a baby till she was in her 30s, to be honest. Um, I mean, it's a great deal for her, but it's a great thing. Obviously, she's gonna like have obviously she's gonna be a mum now, and she's gonna have a partner and everything with her, and she's got a future. Obviously, she's gonna have a husband, well, a fiance and a child on the way now. She's gonna have her own little girl, her own little daughter. You know, um, I mean, when we saw her on Saturday, she has really come out. Like, last time she came down, she wasn't really showing that much of a bump. But when we saw her on Saturday, she came right out like she was really kind of showing the bump. Which is obviously, she's going to start obviously showing it now, of course. I mean, obviously we're very excited, we just wish the time would go quicker. I mean, I think all my dad's ever wanted was to be a granddad, and I don't know why, but all I've ever wanted was to be an uncle, you know. Um, I mean, I've never really, I mean, it must be so, well, being an uncle, like, there's going to be a lot of responsibility a lot of responsibility with that. I will make sure she knows exactly who her great granddad was and just how much he would, make sure she knows just how much he would have loved her and how much he would have, like, how happy he would have been. I'll make sure she knows how amazing her great granddad was. I'll make sure that she's just as proud of him as we all are. There's not a day that goes by where we don't think about him. Where we don't miss him. The thing that I always remember so fondly about my granddad was he was a wind-up merchant. He loved winding people up at every opportunity, or whatever opportunity he got. He loved winding people up, and that was the thing that I remember I'll always remember most about him. I think the best thing about, that we've got at the moment is the memories that we have of him. Like, we've got so many memories, like, so many great memories. It's like, before, those memories never really meant that much, but now that my granddad has passed away, those memories that we have of him now mean so much more to us as a family. And it's nice to be able to go back and look back at the times that we had with him, and look back and remember the sort of man that he was. I remember I remember the times he used to wind us all up and get on our nerves, But I think we loved him really for being a wind-up merchant. I don't think we'd have wanted him to be we would have wanted him any other way. I think him being I think that was what we always loved about him, was the fact that he was a wind-up merchant. He loved winding, and I mean, on a Sunday, it was like before, we used to go to my nan's for Sunday dinner. And my nan would be cooking the dinner, and he would come out and he'd start interfering. And he only ever did that, I think he only ever did that to wind my nan up, as he knew that him coming out in the kitchen and interfering was what, always wound it, he always used to wind her up. So that's why he did it. Most of the time, my nan and my granddad reminded me a lot of Laurel and Hardy. They were very like Laurel and Hardy when they started having the row over something. The amount of time, I can't remember the amount of times my nan said to my granddad that she wanted him to fuck off out and not come back. She used to tell him, she used to say to him, there's the door, now fuck off. And he'd still be there, 2 days later. It was hilarious. I mean, obviously, this new baby is an exciting time for the family. It's like, it's made this year very positive. It's automatically made this year a better year than what last year was. Next year, I feel like next year could be even better. Hopefully we'll be going on our first holiday next year for a few years. Because obviously we've not been away for a few years because, we have wanted to put out and go away on holiday, but obviously things have come up that have meant we weren't able to go. I think it's always been like a financial thing. I think, we've not had we've just not had the money to be able to book up for a holiday and go away, which, is what we'd love to be able to do. But my nan has vowed that that straight after Christmas, once we get Christmas out of the way in the new year, she's gonna book up for a holiday next summer and can make sure they get that booked before anything comes up. Obviously, the last time we went away, it was 5 years ago now, 2019. I remember it was 2019, and I remember it being the same year that my nan and my uncle moved into where they live, where they are now, where they are now. And they moved in January, and we went away at the beginning of June. We went away to Great Yarmouth, which is where we always loved going as a family, because Great Yarmouth is a place that ultimately holds a lot of special memories for us as a family, I guess, which is why we always love going there. And I think it's been sad not to be able to go down there the past few years. But the next year, hopefully next year, in the summer of 2025, we will be making our first holiday as a family. We're looking to take the dogs away with us for the first time as well, because that's like one thing we've never done. Is taking the dogs away with us on holiday. I don't know about California cliffs, but I think Vauxhall have pet caravans. I don't know about Vauxhall pet friendly caravans, but I don't know about California cliffs. I'd have to look that up. Vauxhall, obviously, Great Yarmouth is a place that we as a family love going to, hopefully we're back there next year. Obviously, the start of this year, I was very low, but now I feel like I'm picking up. I'm trying to hold things together for my niece. Like, I want, it's like, I gotta be strong for her, and I gotta help look after her, and she's my little niece, and I gotta look after her. I still find it weird, as I said, I still feel, for me it still feels very weird thinking I'm gonna be an uncle. Like, I don't really feel like I've really processed that yet, to be honest. I think, it was very clever the way that my nan told everyone my sister told everyone she was pregnant. It was March time, and it was around Mother's Day this year. And my sister came down, and she came to my nan's house. And she came in and she said that she had these 3 envelopes. And she gave one to my mum, one to my nan, and one to my dad. And we were all thinking, like, why is she giving an envelope to my dad? It's not Father's Day. And she said that she wanted them to open, or she wanted them all to open the envelopes at the same time. And obviously when they've opened the envelopes, it was a pregnancy scan. It was a scan photo, and obviously that was her way of saying, there's a new baby on the way, like, there you go. And we were like, bloody hell, like, it was a massive shock. Obviously I think she did a sensible thing, obviously not telling anyone until she was about, sort of past the kind of 9-week stage. I think, they always say that with a pregnancy it's always best not to tell family and whatnot until around past the 9-week stage. Because obviously that build, up to the 9-week stage, obviously it's a dangerous period, it's kind of a dangerous period of time, But I think now, obviously, my sister would obviously have to start, taking it easy. I have to say, when I saw her on Saturday, she did look tired, but I guess obviously being when you're in the last trimester, it does make you feel quite tired. I mean, obviously, we are really looking forward to, the new arrival. Obviously, as I said, only 5 weeks to go. But I think after next week she could arrive at any time. But I think the baby's gonna be a little moo and keep everyone waiting. I mean, I imagine her going over to, but I think that she'll go a week early. I think she'll have her a week early, or 2 weeks early. Because we've all been early. Like, obviously my mum, my uncle was early, my mum was early, my nan was early, my sister was early, I was early. So we've all arrived earlier than we were expected to, but only a few weeks early. We've not been, none of us was severely premature. You know what I mean? I think the good thing about this pregnancy so far is that there hasn't really been any issues. There's not been any major concerns there, and I think that's a good thing. Like they've even said now that she doesn't even have to have the baby in the hospital, which is not a bad thing. Um, but yeah, I mean it's a very exciting time for us as a family. The first new baby in the family for over 20 years. As I said, the last time there was a baby in the family was when I was a baby, and it's like crazy to think that literally only in about a month's time the new baby could be here. I mean, obviously, it would be nice for my great nan to, my great obviously for her to meet her great grandchild, while she's still here, while she's still, we still have she still has a chance to see her, because, the way things are going, it feels like she's not gonna be here much longer. At the moment, it feels like she doesn't want to be here. I think that's what the situation is at the moment. She doesn't want to be here, but my mum and my nan think that she's holding on so that she gets to meet her great grandchild. I mean, obviously, this has been, probably one of the toughest. Obviously, it's sad seeing the way she is, but it is what it is. Obviously, we're all looking forward to meeting the new baby when she arrives, and we're all excited for that. Not be excited for the arrival of a new baby. That's probably something to be majorly excited about. I honestly can't wait for the new baby to come. I'm honestly very excited for that. And I can't wait to see what we see. I can't wait to finally meet my new niece for the first time. When I meet my niece for the first time, it's going to be the happiest feeling ever. It's going to be the best moment of my life, getting to meet my niece for the first time. I honestly can't wait for that. I'm really excited. I'm more excited than I've ever been in my life. I don't think I've ever been more excited in my whole life, in my whole entire life. I just wish time would go a bit quicker now. But time is going. I think time will go. That time will soon go. 5 weeks. 5 weeks isn't that. There's no time at all really. 5 weeks. 5 weeks is nothing at all. 5 weeks really isn't that bad. I look forward to seeing to see my new niece for the first time. I can't wait. Obviously, I'm wondering what she's done with the baby. I know my sister was saying that she loves the name Elodie. Elodie for me is not a bad name. It's not a name that I think is absolutely awful, but that's probably why. To be fair, there's probably way worse names than Elodie. Elodie is probably one of the more decent names for a baby, I reckon. I've never said I don't think it's. I think that people want their baby Elodie is just wrong. I've never said that. I mean, I don't think people when the baby Elodie is wrong. I think Elodie's a nice name. Obviously, but it has to be a name that they both agree on. And I think the problem is, I think they're having issues finding a name that they can both agree on at the moment. I think that's the main problem. Like, they can't find a name they can both agree on at the moment. My sister likes Elodie, but her fiance doesn't like Elodie. So they've got to find a name they can both agree on, I guess. But yeah, it's just crazy to think about it, really. I'm really looking forward to meeting her for the first time. We've said that we'll give her a couple of weeks to kind of get over the birth. She'll need a couple of weeks, to get over the birth, and we'll give her a couple of weeks to, get used to to the baby being here, and, have her to herself for a couple of weeks, and then we'll go up and we'll see him. I mean, it makes me think, it's crazy for me, I never thought I'd be an uncle, but, my sister has said this is going to be the first and only child, but we all know that when a woman has a baby and they say it's their only child, that doesn't always end up being the case. I'm sure plenty of women have had their first child and gone, well, that's going to be our only child. But the fact that at the end of the day, the husband, or should I say the boyfriends, always have the other idea. Always, if the boyfriend wants another baby, the boyfriend will have another baby. The women don't always get to decide that. But I think, I don't know how they would. I think they'll hope with the one baby, but I honestly don't know how they would cope with the two babies, like the two kids. I'm not saying they wouldn't cope with two kids, but I think they would, I think that they would need a lot of help and a lot of support. And this is the thing, my sister knows that she's not on her own. She knows that we're all going to be there to help her and support her in whatever way we can do. I'm going to do, my fair bit as an uncle to show some support, and, if you need, after my niece in whatever way I can do. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you for another one very soon. Have a very good day. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.